Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another recording of the official ARK podcast here with number 439. My name is Coach MT, and I'm here live today with the core team. Let me turn it over to your host for tonight, the one and only Mr. Atlas. Hope you're doing well, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Coach MT. And folks, welcome back to another edition of the ARK podcast, number 439. We're gathered here today. It's been a very, very busy week. We appreciate all of you that came and joined us here last Thursday. A lot of bullish news, a lot of updates, information. The ARK is in the lab cooking something very, very special. I think that's what we'll start here today, informing you of the latest updates. Our smart contracts have been really put through the paces during the last week. We've done some demos and some live action buying and selling on the actual blockchain that is Base. If we mentioned that to you before, but we're really liking the speed that we're seeing over on the Base chain. The price is almost free for transactions, which is quite fantastic. And we're seeing 2 blocks per second. Sheesh! Talk about speed. Talk about getting those transactions in over on the Base. And if it's good enough for the big hedge funds, I believe the government also is holding their crypto over in custody at Coinbase. We think it's just about fine for the ARK and all of the investors and everybody that we love. We've made progress getting our domains in order for the new project launch. At the same time, putting our ducks in a row, and really a key component to this is really the vision and working towards lining up the celebrities and big influencers, because this is just something very special, very different. It requires a lot of attention, a lot of eyes. So we're able to bring here home a lot of access to the community, to the investors. And we're back to the old saying here on the ARK. We need a bigger boat, folks. I mean, we are so bullish. With that, we've also been looking at the legal sides. We understand that crypto has become an asset class that's really taken in a stand. We're in a position now with big hedge funds coming into the ETFs. And we're seeing also a much different tone coming from both administrations. The Republican and the Democrats in the United States. Is an election year, and it's no secret that crypto is a very big part of the conversation. There's many parts of the conversation, but it is a quite important one. And that's just music to all of our ears. That is exactly what we've been fighting and waiting for, to have the acceptance, to be taken serious, to see the FOMO and appetite and just pure greed of Wall Street wanting to come into the crypto sector. And boy, are we here to receive them? Are we here to grow, especially on the DeFi side? That's where the real magic happens. Decentralization, that's where we build. That's where we are really planting our flag for so many years now, allowing folks to make their own investments, not trusting the banks, not trusting the corporations, but really trusting code, which is law. Trusting these smart contracts and what they're able to do. So everything continues here to work. We're not ready to give any more details at this point of how everything's going to work, except make sure that you put the dry powder to the side. You do not want to be left behind. You do not want to be hanging out with James at the water cooler when he was distracted or he was doing something else. We've heard him come and cry many times, folks, over here Great for the folks that are paying attention, because you're going to be seeing a mass move, a mass push, and a mass unification of investors coming here. As you've all already been accustomed to, a team that works harder than anyone else, that is always present. We're going to be, running into doing daily podcasts again as things are going to start to heat up, and the folks are just going to be coming in through the door, wanting to come to learn, to have questions answered. How do they get involved? How can they participate? How can they get the win? What are the risks? How is this different? And I don't think there's anybody out there that loves doing that more than this team here, and Coach Brad, Coach MT, the rest of our great leaders here in our community. So we're excited. We continue here on our path. The team's been just working in a very high overdrive mode, a lot of hours. We understand that we're at a perfect point now through the summer. We're seeing that there's a lot of movement happening on Solana, but we're not completely in agreement. We want to stay away from there. There's just pure degen stuff happening there. That's not what we're about, as you know. So we like base. We're going to continue with that plan. Let me see if there's anything else here that I've missed. I'm going to, let me look here. We do have some notes. The Terra card, physical card, is functioning perfectly. We're seeing a lot of folks living their best life and loading up on there. The virtual card is still on the shelf, as we're seeing that our pass-through from crypto to fiat with the partners that we're currently reestablished that connection to. The prices are just way high. We'd have to charge a lot more for the same product. We are working. I had one very important meeting today, another one yesterday, regarding setting up other avenues that are going to bring that cost back down so we can enjoy the virtual cards, which are just amazing. Alex continues with the development on the contracts. Brett's very involved. Everybody is just pulling their weight and making things happen here. Can't wait to really bring it home and share it here with all of you. And I'm going to turn it over to Brett to give us a bit of an update on what's happening with the security products as that continues under development, although very, very slow, as we understand. And see if he wants to add anything else about what's happening here, what we're building. Meanwhile, as we're waiting for that to come through.
Yeah, you're right. Has been very slow on the security products. The lead developer who was testing some of the fixes that he made to DVPN has been in a severe power outage for the last week or so. So he's been kind of fighting that and needs a stable situation to be able to test it properly on his Windows platform. So it's really the last piece we're waiting for to kind of get the final sign off on the beta, so they can release it to us and we can begin our testing. So yeah, slow and go, but still not turned off, which is good. Things are moving, but at a snail's pace right now. So hopefully we'll get some better news this next week on the situation with the developer, and we can continue to move forward. Yeah, I don't have a whole bunch more comments. I know we want to keep things close to the chest for now on the new project and how that's coming along. But yeah, I think there's a few key pieces we need to finish up and some decisions to make, and then we'll be able to move forward very quickly. We've been working on, as you mentioned, the domains, the website, Alex with the contracts. But I think the concept is solid and will scale very nicely. And I think we have a huge opportunity in front of us, not only from an investment standpoint, but just something new to bring to the industry that solves a lot of the dilemmas that we've seen with the tokens and some of the previous projects that are simply pump and dump schemes and scams or Ponzi level projects. So yeah, I think we could set a new standard, and if we do it in the right way, it can become something that scales up and has years and years of opportunity ahead of it.
Absolutely. There's going to be the day before we launch this, and then the new standard, as you say, the day after, where folks are are going to be looking at themselves and saying, why would I invest in anything else but this safe, very measured, calculated risk model, which will revolutionize, I believe, the space. People want the upside. They want to take the risk. We understand that there's always risk when investing, not just in crypto, but in anything, opening a business, whether that's, changing jobs or careers. You're always in a position that you might not get the results that you were hoping for. But this, common denominator that we're seeing everywhere, especially with these memes, it's been very unfortunate, but it's a clear trail of folks leaving true utility. Projects like Cardano, projects like, the Hedera, Hashgraph, and everything that you're seeing great teams that are working for years, building, the technology and the future of tomorrow every day, just completely get their, liquidity drained to go and speculate on, shitcoins and memes that are all looking the same. The chart just goes all the way up. Developers, team, influencers dump their bags on everybody's heads and move on, or they change the rules to the game and, make everybody hostage. We've had enough of that. We don't want to invest. I know you too, and Alex, and just the folks that are really close to us, they're staying away from all that, same old common denominator, pump and dump. And under our new algorithm, under our new system, the way the tokenomics are prepared, you're not going to face that. It's the crypto investment with the training wheels, exactly up front what your worst case scenario is going to be. And that is something that I believe a lot of folks are going to just gravitate to. It's just common sense. It's a logical progression. Safety is important. Also, when you're looking at regulators, so many folks become to these pump and dumps that they're going and they're complaining constantly. They've been defrauded. They've been ripped off. So there's no shortage really of demand for folks that are looking for a playing field where they understand the risk up front. There is not a worst case scenario, which you find in everything just about, where you could lose all of your money, just wake up to a heinous debacle and, everybody getting wrecked and James at the water cooler crying over and over and over. So, we're going to step up. We're going to meet that demand. We're going to educate. We're going to expand the model. And we've got some, I think, very unique ways to get the right attention, the right eyes. And no better team than what we have here between our core staff, our moderators, and our great leaders. Brandon right here. So I'm just walking to the room. Another great educator in the crypto space that, was born to teach and to help folks to understand how these systems work, the complexity, what the risk is, how to play their best investment strategy. And we will continue with that. So we're going to move on to questions. We're going to conclude here the podcast for today, number 439, short and sweet. We don't want to give away too much. There's still some molding of the clay that's happening in the sausage room. The team's having constant meetings every day. Some of them are hours and hours, until the wee hours of the morning. And boy, do we love doing what we do. Can't wait to bring it here home for all of you. We wish you a great rest of your week, great weekend. Stay safe, stay committed, stay ethical, stay smiling, stay calm, cool, and collected. And we're to be sure to see you all here next week. Stay tuned also, as updates should be developing as we continue to work, and we're going to start providing more information. But realistically, I would say 2-3 weeks ahead, we should be ready to start doing some business. And make sure you got that dry powder sitting to the side, folks. Do not get left behind. All right. That's going to do it here for all of us today.
Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.
Oh, God damn. Oh, yeah. Let's get this crypto.